Now let's go to Dallas, right? We'll get to the Rex Ryan thing in a second. But Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator there. Tony Pollard, I think I'm going to use past tense, was a running back for the Dallas Cowboys. And he did an interview yesterday and seemed completely unaware that Dan Quinn was no longer involved in Dallas Cowboy football, which is almost impossible if you're in the free world, let alone a player for the Dallas Cowboys.
He said, I don't have Instagram, so I didn't know I don't have a defensive coordinator. It's like Instagram is not the only news source out there.
Which means that, here's what it means. Now, Tony Pollard played last year in a franchise tag, so he's essentially either going to be franchised again or he's going to be a free agent, very much like Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants. That decision's coming up in the next few weeks to a month when the new league season starts in mid-March, right? That means that Tony Pollard has zero friends on the Dallas Cowboys or inside that organization. Because even if you're not, as we say in Yiddish, a gak your own, meaning, a guy that likes to talk about other people's business, at the nail salon or the barbershop type thing, right?
Oh, you say
nail salon.
Barbershop type thing.
Nail salon first.
Come on, that's where everyone talks smack. The barbershop, the nail salon. For me, it's at my massage parlor.
We also talk in libraries, in gardens. Like we talk a lot of places. I'm just saying.
Is that right?
Just a little too on the nose there, Craig. I'm just saying he's a little.
When's the last time you were at the library, Willie?
Yeah.
When's the last time you were at the library,
But
Willie?
black folks only just don't talk at barbershop. Like that's the point. It's Black History Month. We got to stand up for ourselves, Craig. You looked at me and Greg was like, barbershops, the brothers, right? Like,
Craig, March 1st, we're back. March 1st, we're back.
Hey, it's Black History Month. We got
March
to
1st,
stand
we're
up
back.
for
You
each
can
other.
have it now, Willie. March 1st, we're back.
Right.
It's a fair point. But how you went from barbershop to...
Because you looked at me and Greg was like, the brothers, barbershops, right? Yeah. Right. Like what?
You did do a hand thing.
Right.
You really did.
Yeah.
I saw the movie.
You saw both movies.
I didn't see the second one.
The second one's good.
It was unwatchable, the second one. I saw it Coming to America. Yeah, but Tony Pollard, I mean, come on, man. How do you not know that, A, your defensive coordinator's gone, B, he's coaching a division rival now, and C, the biggest news, of course, is that they brought in another former coach to be the potential coordinator there in Rex Ryan. I think Rex Ryan, we discussed it, I don't know, a week and a half ago, whatever it was.
Yes, sir.
Rex Ryan makes a lot of sense because his personality fits Jerry Jones, it fits Dallas, it fits the Cowboys. And I know Cowboy fans are maybe looking for some new blood there and not kind of the retread coaches, but Rex Ryan is, for me, the right hire for that gig.
100%, Craig. And I think for me, obviously, I played with the man, know a lot about him. One thing Rex Ryan does really well is motivate. He knows how to get through the guys. He knows how to speak to the guys, and not just from an old guy who's a defensive coordinator with Baltimore, and obviously his resume. But he relates to a lot of these young guys. He gives them grace. He talks life into them, and guys play for him. There's not a guy that's ever played for Rex Ryan that say they won't go to war for him.
Yep.
So right now, if you're looking for a defensive standpoint who needs kind of a jolt of life, you get that man in the building.
To Willie's point, I've never played for Rex Ryan, but he is the one coach across the landscape of the National Football League that guys who have not played for him wish they had the opportunity to play for him.
Yeah.
Just watching him and how he deals with his guys, he's a very good coach of understanding like how to get the best out of his guys, but how to relate, how to talk to guys, and still yet discipline them in ways to where you have to get the best out of them. But for me, as a fan, as a former player, anytime I saw Rex Ryan and his defenses, he's always done a terrific job. But I think more than anything, he goes to bat for his guys. So when you hear all the talks of Micah Parsons and all the things that he says, I think even if this does work out and it happens, we will see a increase in what we haven't seen out of Micah Parsons.
It's a great hire. Look, just think about this. My franchise hasn't been to a Super Bowl, your franchise as well, since 1969. And Rex Ryan took a rookie quarterback, Mark Sanchez, and a sophomore quarterback, Mark Sanchez, to back-to-back AFC championship games. And, oh, by the way, beat Tom Brady in New England in the playoffs. Oh, by the way, beat Peyton Manning, all right, and had great success, the best success we have had outside of 1969, which nobody but me in this building was alive for. So the fact that you could bring in that kind of pedigree is a win. And if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, again, I don't know people's money, assuming you get the money right, I make sure Rex Ryan doesn't get on a plane and leave Dallas without a contract signed. I think he is the greatest hire for that franchise. I really do.
I agree, and obviously, his brother also was defensive coordinator there back in 2012-13. But I think what Rex does really well, and you talk about the lack of splash plays from Michael Parsons, that doesn't happen underneath Rex Ryan defense. Like, he's going to find a way. Michael Parsons is a 12 to 13 sack guy at the end of the year.
Let's also not forget, he interviewed Ron Rivera and Mike Zimmer.
Correct.
Like, I think he was in the middle of the interview with Mike Zimmer, and he was watching the Carton Show when you guys brought up Rex Ryan, and he was one second, Mike. Let's get Rex in here.
Because here's the deal. Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera.
If you're a Cowboy fan, if you're a Cowboy fan, Rex Ryan inspires you.
Yeah, and I can tell you this, being blessed to be close with certain franchises and be able to be in the building and talk to guys and even just regular employees, I can tell you that when Ron Rivera walked into the Dallas facility, when Mike Zimmer walked into the facility, when Rex Ryan showed up, I guarantee you there was an excitement 100%. Inside that building because the guy exudes it. So I think he's a great hire for Dallas, and fingers crossed for him, he gets that gig.
So what would a back-to-back Super Bowl win mean for the Chiefs and their legacy?
Yeah, it means you'd be, if I'm not mistaken, the seventh. Or eighth, I guess, eighth time for that. If you go back to 66, 67, with the Green Bay Packers for Super Bowls 1 and 2. Yeah, it's rarefied air. Yeah. Now the good news is obviously, there's a number. There you go. So it's the ninth time, I suppose, that it's happened. The Steelers, of course, have done it a couple times. So as a franchise, it'd be the eighth time. But as far as it happening, it'd be the ninth. You're looking at there. You're looking at dynasties. You're looking at teams that we look back on and talk about with great reverence, right? Sure. And then there's specific players on those teams, whether it's Terry Bradshaw on Pittsburgh or Vince Lombardi on the sideline for Green Bay, or it's Bob Greasy in Miami in that undefeated season back in '72. You talk about the creme de la creme of the NFL. Also hasn't been done in 20 years. Patriots are the last team to do it in 03 and 04. So think about the teams you're talking about. Think about the coaches you're talking about. And think about the quarterbacks you're talking about. We already talked about Andy Reid, first ballot Hall of Famer, done. Patrick Mahomes could stop playing today, first ballot Hall of Famer, done. But now you're going to talk about them in that rarefied air. And the fact that it hasn't happened in 20 years, Patrick is right. It changes the narrative about just how special he is, Andy is, and that franchise is.
Yeah, and I will add to, Patrick Mahomes has always been very open and vocal about his goals as an individual and where he sees himself moving forward in history. And this will be that next step. He gets this, I guarantee you, in the back of his head, which is closer to the front than it is the back, he's thinking... Stop it, guys. He's thinking about the potential of going back to back to back.
Yes.
And so that's why this one is so important for him because you don't get these type of opportunities. We've never seen the three-peat in the NFL.
It's never happened.
We've never seen it. So you talk about rarefied air if you get two. He would be the only quarterback in history if they were able to obviously get this one and go there. And now you talk about straight to GOAT status.
He's not just in the conversation. He is the conversation. Right. Oh, look, Jim Kelly went to 4 straight. Lost all of them, right? So there is a quarterback in the modern era who at least has been able to take his team to the Super Bowl and have a chance to win it. Obviously, Patrick hasn't done that yet. But you in this one, again, you're talking about the greats of all greats.
Well, I also say it sets up the culture for the Kansas City Chiefs for generations, right? Because, when I was in Pittsburgh, when we got into the building, when you walk upstairs and when you head up to Mr. Rooney's office, there's a big glass display of 6 Super Bowl trophies, right? And so every young man who doesn't know what it means to be a Steeler, you walk by that, and you're like, oh, that's the standard, right? Yeah. And so you talk about what legacy means. It's really about the guys coming behind you because now they have something to point to. And so if you're Patrick Mahomes, he's 28 years old. He's in his prime of his career. He's playing big-time football, and he's going to go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. But it's really for the young guys because when young guys get in the building, they don't know what they don't know.
Right.
So now you're talking about at one point we had 2 Super Bowls, and then by that quarterback with that team, and it did it in multiple ways. Because we talked about how the Chiefs weren't a great team this year, right? Like even in the month of November, they were a horrible second half team, and it's carried throughout the year. However, here they are in the Super Bowl, and they had to go on the road and beat Buffalo and beat Baltimore. That's what sets the culture up going forward.
The other thing, when you look at the teams that have done the back-to-backs, the one team, to be fair, and I know this is most of you watching this never saw them play a single game, and see Terry Bradshaw on Fox Sports. You can't fathom the fact that guy was one of the best quarterbacks of his generation, because he's an older man now and he's not 6'5", 240 like the prototypical quarterback today. But what Pittsburgh did still hasn't been matched by anybody. They won 4 out of 6. 6-year span, 4 Super Bowls. That's the kind of stuff that only Patrick Mahomes now has a chance to do, and that's what he's chasing right now. It's immortality, and he's probably there anyway, but he's chasing something that really has only been done a couple times in the history of the sport. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.